right, we're live.
I did it.
I shock myself every time. So thank you for joining me today. I am here, everyone who's listening, I'm here with the amazing Michelle Traina. She is the creator of Divorce Diaries. She has been cracking me up for the last 20 minutes or so. So I'm excited for you guys to meet her and hear about all the wonderful things she's doing and all of the ways that she finds some levity and humor in difficult situations. So Michelle, can you introduce yourself, talk about what you do and why you do it?
Yes. Thank you, Jamie, so much for having me. I'm very excited. Hi, everyone. My name is Michelle Traina. I'm trying to share this on your page so I could start a watch party. I'm not sure. Save video. I'm going to try. Oh, here it is, a comment. Okay. So yay. I'm the creator of Divorce Diary Show. This is my little sign I made. It's not actually a little sign. It's a logo I had made when I first started from a girlfriend, Kim Shady. And it's now obviously not, this is the beginning of my divorce. And this is the aftermath. This is when I went blonde. I'm very excited to be here on Tuesday afternoon because we need some humor, not only about divorce, but during this messy, messy quarantine. I feel like, you know, the universe is trying to divorce humans, but we're not letting it happen.
Nope. We're holding on.
Yes, that's right.
So talk about why you started Divorce Diaries and like what, I mean, obviously you're very open, you talk about your own divorce, but you know, yeah. What was really the reason that you wanted to do this?
So the reason why I created Divorce Diaries was because as a background, I'm an actor. That was my background. I studied it in college. I have a master's in educational theater. I mean, theater was my entire route from child to adult. So I've always taken what I've gone through in my life and projected it on the stage. So I've written one-woman shows before, and I figured, well, I just had to move back home with my parents, my grandmother, who is potty training alongside my daughter, and my handicapped dog, and my twin brother. It's like, what? And like, I had my grandmother's nursing aide was there half the day too. I had no privacy, not even in the bathroom. So I just figured like it was a diary, like this is my divorce diary. I think of it as like a reality show. And I created, that's how it started. It started as a theater piece. And then when I started doing stand-up, I made it into a comedy show because of my background in improv years ago. I was like, let me combine both worlds because I don't want people walking out of here feeling bittersweet and like, oh, hope she finds somebody someday. I just want them to laugh at the hysteria of the divorce journey that kind of still goes on because you never end up not being divorced. It's on your record for life. So that's how I started.
Like your juvie record.
Yeah, I know. Someone said to me that like they put on my TikTok, they're like, aren't you tired of being divorced? So I made another TikTok that's like, hey, guess what? I'll never be tired of it because it'll never go away.
Right? No, that is a very fair point. And you know, you can either view it like that, you know, some people view it as the end and some people see it as the beginning. And if it's, you know, it's clearly, you know, clearly for you, it has brought some really interesting and good things into your life, which is awesome.
I embrace, I'm still trying to share. I embrace it. I'm trying to share it on here. How can I do that?
Oh, you are talking to the wrong one.
Oh, here, I got it.
Good.
Watch party. So yeah, we're gonna have somebody listening. Okay.
All right, good.
So I feel like it's just like any insecurity you have about yourself because it is, nobody gets married to get divorced.
No.
So I feel like it's like this insecurity at first, like, oh my God, am I really going through with it? And then it's like, you just have to embrace it because when I look back at the beginning of my divorce or even throughout the divorce process, I could have been looked at as like, oh, I'm losing money. I have never had bad credit, now bad credit. And at the time, you know, although this quarantine ain't doing much for my credit, but that's okay. and actually it's a good juxtaposition of where I am today and where I was when I got divorced, because I had to really swallow humility. I hope that's the right phrase. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I had to really swallow humility and I didn't feel like ashamed. Whereas I had family members that made a lot more money than I, that were in the same position as me, that were getting married, 5 weddings. two of them, two or three, one of them, I remember. No, I was just in one of them, but there was 5 weddings. Still, it felt like I was in all of them.
Right.
I had but like,
Right.
and then you get reminded of everything, and it's like, oh, for the love of God.
Nothing like buying a bridesmaid's dress when you're in the middle of a divorce.
Yeah, and then people are like, "Oh, it's okay," and I'm like, "I'm fine. I
Right,
say,
you're okay.
I'm actually happy that I love love. I would love to get. I don't even have to get married, but I'd love to be with somebody long term again. The issue I have is that you get divorced and then you fear that 0.1% chance it can happen again, and because you don't want to go through all of it, but at the same time, I would still go through all of it because I'm a lot happier. I wasn't happy. We tried and we both were just so miserable. And I'm a lot in a better relationship with him, and my daughter's extremely happy. So,
Yeah.
Life has different storms you got to weather. And
sure. I mean, and now is the perfect example of that. Imagine being quarantined while you're going through a divorce, stuck in a house with somebody that you're not in the right relationship with. Like that poses a whole other level of challenges that we're going through with our clients now. I mean, you can't imagine how many conversations we're having, or, I'm sure you've seen the memes that, this is going to breed, all of these divorces when this is said and done. And that may very well be true, but, it's, nobody can predict everything. And part of going through a divorce, and I think the part for our clients, is that loss of control, that loss of, the path that's in front of you versus the unknown.
Yep.
So we
the
navigate.
unknown is the scariest for everybody. I think that I even said to my ex-husband the quarantine kind of pushed me more into having a friendship with him in this site of saying, hey, look, I just worked so hard to get to where I am today with my performing career again, because I got married and I went into teaching, so it was more stable. I wasn't traveling. It was like, and then when I got divorced, I found an amazing teaching position that fit for my needs and everything. And then I realized when I was developing this show that this is really where my heart belongs, working for myself and working under my own company and my kids theater company and Divorce Diaries, and he knows that, and he sees that, and he's like, yeah, it's okay. This coronavirus has devastated businesses and performers in their craft in a way that it feels like you're going through a divorce, because you're not my love of doing comedy and making people laugh and performing, it almost feels like someone's trying to pull it out from like it has a mistress. But I'm not.
No, but it's interesting because you're used to being in front of people, and we're and we'll talk about it more later on, but we have somehow gotten Michelle to agree to do a really interesting event for clients and colleagues of ours, because there is humor in life changes, and there's humor in all aspects of life. And if you go into, yes, divorce is very serious, and yes, it's a very difficult time, and we know that as divorce attorneys, but there are moments of levity where you kind of you have to laugh, otherwise the alternative isn't great. So Michelle has partnered with us to do something for our clients and colleagues that is probably out of your wheelhouse. You're used to being in front of people. There's something lost in that.
Well, so I mean, I think that when this happened, I immediately was like, what, I have to go digital, because thankfully we can do that, number one. And number two, as my background in theater, I studied television and film. So you're right, we're comfortable being in front of a camera, but the physical interaction with an audience as a stand-up comic is so different.
Right.
But now I'm just adjusting to the Zoom shows, and I love it equally, because guess what? I'm still connecting with people, and you're still practicing your craft. And it's exciting and interesting how the show has changed a tad with the sketch, with the characters. That we'll probably meet one of my exes today, because he's become I wasn't doing him in the live show, and now I'm doing him in the virtual edition.
I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah, he's become a fan favorite. We actually it's been fun. It is, so it's hard to sometimes figure out how you have to adjust to the paradigm, because you want to wallow in what you had. So I wallowed in my marriage. Even though I wanted it, I was like, no, I want to move forward. I wallow because you have years together with this person. At the start,
Sure.
you think about your wedding day, you think about everything, and you wallow in it. And it's like wallow in it for a little bit and then get back to today. And then when you need to, let yourself wallow for a second, but don't let it go past 30 seconds.
Right. I mean, listen, that's all part of the process. And if you fight against the process so much, then you're not going to ultimately get to the end where things can move forward in a productive way. So I wanted to ask you, you mentioned exes. What is dating like in this digital world? I assume it's still going on.
Listen, I don't date in the digital world because the last guy that I was with was such a sociopath that even his own children don't know who their real dad is. So no, so he kind of like, he would be like, Michelle, I love you, but I don't know why you took that the wrong way. So he left me kind of spinning for like a good amount of time for me to kind of quarantine my dating life. Okay. I also feel like I've been so super focused on work that every time I date a man, it gets in the way because they're not supporting me. And so quarantine has been no different than real life dating. Okay. All right. I'm still getting ignored by the men that I date. So, and the thing is, people are like, Michelle, why are you you're dating the wrong guy? You won't give the nice guys a chance. And I was like, no, the men I've dated have been nice. It just depends which of the personalities you're dealing with.
Right. Fair enough. So tell me about the other stuff you're doing. We know Divorce Diaries. Yeah. Tell the kids teaching stuff, like other stuff you're working on.
So, I have a theater company called Propbox Players that it specializes in inclusion performances for kids with or without special needs. So when this started, I decided to, not when the quarantine started, but in November, I decided to leave my school district where I was teaching full time and Propbox and Divorce Diaries. And it was like, well, why don't I just do everything under my name and just go for it? Because I won't be fully satisfied if I don't do that. So I left a secure, position to just fulfill. I'm going to show you fulfill my long-term career goals with my theater company, that's the set for Rainbow Fish. And then I also have a set for smaller, like early childhood versions of fairy tale.
You're making it work.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I'm trying to make it specific for kids with special needs. I'm working on that virtually because it's tricky. Kids with special needs do need different applications besides just the live, like they need if they're nonverbal,
right?
And it's an interactive show, you need specific things. So I'm kind of feeling it out. I've launched a virtual theater. I got Propbox and Divorce Diaries, so there's programming for all. That's awesome. Just content. That's kind of what I've been doing in the quarantine to umbrella everything that I want under this virtual theater, and show my daughter that you don't let anything knock you over. Because I've had some people, not a lot of people, say to me, well, you might have to put this down for now and do something else because of what's going on. And I don't like that, because it tells me that you don't think what my job is, my craft is as important. Why do I have to put this down? Why can't I figure out how to use my tool in this paradigm? And
yeah, you gotta listen, we all have to pivot. We all have to, do things differently and think about things differently. And if you don't do that in this environment, then you're probably making some mistakes. If you kind of try to do the same thing and not recognize that there's, there has, prime example, doing your Zoom shows and doing, we're doing all kinds of stuff virtually that we never thought we'd have to do virtually. But it works. And if you think about this as an opportunity for, what's
Yeah.
to come and how to, pivot things. I think that's where people are able to have growth after something like that.
Absolutely. I think the pursuit of your personal, The Alchemist is one of my favorite books, The Personal Legend, you know. There's at the end, I don't know if you've ever read the book, and if you haven't, you can, I'm not going to spoiler or anything, but at this time of what's going on with the quarantine and like what's been happening with me and my career, it feels like the end of the book in a good way. And I'm like, okay, you tested me, universe. I'll pull my gloves on. Let's go.
How are you handling mom life? I mean, it sounds like you have a packed house over there. So how is mom life going?
It's going.
Yeah.
It's good. So we just got off the phone with her counselor. So it is going good. And here's why. I lost my father a couple months ago. He had COPD. And thankfully, when it happened then as opposed to now, because we wouldn't have been able to honor him the way we needed to.
Right.
And it would have been horrible for him to live during this, right? So what my father taught me about any tough times or challenging moments you have in life with your kids, you're honest with them. Now, that doesn't mean I give her a PG version of things, right? But I'm honest with her. And the school counselor has, and I've pushed for things where she doesn't necessarily need, but I pushed for them because I want her to have every tool needed that she can to be able to process things appropriately. And we butt heads because we're very similar. Shocking, right? That we're similar. And so I have her talking to a counselor once a month, and we talk about ways for her to not have as many tantrums, to understand that mommy has to work more at home than she ever had. And so that I can't put my work down sometimes. I have to be on the screen a lot of the days. And we have an hour where we're outside together and there's no phones. And we have an hour at night where it's bedtime, it's reading, and it's snuggles. Yeah. And outside those times, if mommy's working, we're going to have to accept that right now, because that is what we've I don't have that luxury of saying I can just take off a year.
No.
And I don't think many people want to do that anyway. People like to stay busy. Work fulfills them and it makes them feel good in a certain way. But I think I'm handling it as best as I can. I think we're spending this quality time together. But like everybody else, I'm failing second grade math.
Right. Oh, well, I'm in third grade math and first grade math, and they're both equally as hard. So.
Oh, right. And you have three. I can't even imagine. I would probably be breaking out the wine now.
I was gonna say, you haven't asked me what's in here, so that's good. But no, I mean it is.
I'll get my wine.
It is interesting. I mean, we are. Yeah, it's all hands on deck, and what works for one kid doesn't work for another. And I mean, I have a sign in my kitchen now: kitchen's closed, kitchen's open.
Oh my God, what is that?
Great. It's great. Amazing. And they switch it themselves now. They're like, oh, I think mommy wants the kitchen to be closed. I'm like, you're right. I do.
That's an awesome idea, because I literally serve her 6 times a day.
It's like you're a short order cook.
You're a short order cook. You are the custodian.
Right.
You are you're a toy master at some point. Mm-hmm. And I'm a content builder, right? These YouTube channels for kids unwrapping toys. Right. Like, how about we get someone to unwrap my claim at unemployment? Can we do that? Can we watch that video? And I'm sure there's people who are going through a divorce. I don't know if you have clients like this, but that are established, or maybe they're just middle class like me. They're working class. They have businesses, or they're self-contractor employed, and they're dealing with the other stuff of unemployment and the SBA. And you're like, no, I mean, you can't get through to anybody. And I feel like a lot of these people are similar to the men I date. They don't pick up.
Yeah, well, having dealt with that from our business, I feel your pain. It's none of this is easy, but I do recommend the kitchen sign. And I've started to put them in other places too. Like, attic is open, the bathroom is open, the bathroom is closed. Like, if you see the bathroom is closed, it means somebody else is in there. Don't come in asking me for a chart or an apple or something else that you can get yourself.
My daughter, I was taking a shower before our interview, and my daughter, I literally was sitting in the little chair in the bathroom, and I was like, just a second, and she barged in and was like, water, and I was like,
Right.
why?
Yeah. No, it's well, in the I always say, like, my husband could be standing right there, and my kids, no matter what, and I could have a phone in, I'm on a client call and I've got my computer going and he's right there, and it's, Mommy, can we have an apple? I'm like, don't you see somebody else in the kitchen?
He's
standing next to me?
because they know who they know who runs it. They know.
I know.
They know who's the owner.
I'm not disparaging him. He's wonderful and helpful in all the ways. It's them. It's them. They're like, they know who to ask, and they sniff me out. They find me, no matter how much I try to.
They smell. I know they smell when you're waking up too.
Exactly.
They smell when you're still up and they're asleep. My daughter has this habit of getting up at 1 a.m. now, and I have like a midnight snack because I'm like, oh, whatever, who cares at this point. It was 1 o'clock in the morning yesterday, or 12:30 in the morning. I reheated a slice of pizza with a glass of wine, and I started to hear noise. I'm like, oh my God, is she getting up? I just put this in my mouth. And sure enough, she got up.
Oh, yeah, we call it the quarantine 15 over here. We're trying to avoid it, but it's like the freshman 15. Like, there's just little that you can do about it. So I'm so excited. We're gonna have this event on June 4th, I believe is the date. So we're figuring out all the logistics of that. We'll meet some characters. You'll do some of the stuff that you do at your improv, which I can't wait. Anything else you want us to know about what you're doing? I mean, we're just so excited to work with you because
I'm so excited to, the most important thing to know is that I want as many people to come down to the YouTube channel and to my Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. I kind of try to post everything throughout the social media line, but I'm pitching a Divorce Diaries series. So, I mean, Netflix, if you're listening. So that's my long-term goal with it. It's been my long-term goal with the show. I copyrighted it. I'm creating episodes. I have the Divorce Diaries Show podcast, the YouTube channel, the Facebook, the Twitter, TikTok, and they're all connected. They're all about my life. There is a little, I'll share it to your page, but I just did a short trailer. It's 30 seconds. It's like a song. If I had a reality show called Divorce Diaries. So, I mean, that's the thing.
And everyone listening and whoever listens afterwards, you have to check it out because she is hysterically funny. And I have no doubt that you'll be picked up on Netflix or Hulu or one of those things. But yeah, and I have a 9-year-old, so I am like now all too familiar with TikTok. I resisted for as long as I possibly could, and now I mean I sing the songs in my sleep. Like I've perfected some of those dances.
I'm a savage. You keep hearing that.
Oh no, I wouldn't even try that one.
No, but the thing is, I'm a savage. I just keep looking at my child and she's asking for more food and saying that. Like, you're just a savage little kid.
Right. You should that's what you should do. Just
I have. Like I did one. All of my TikToks are related to the show, so I don't try to be. And I'm a dancer, and some of this stuff, I'm like, I'm feeling bad about myself. I think that's the other thing is people start to feel bad about why or how they can't do these videos. When, like I told you before, I'm a big Gary Vaynerchuk fan. He's like, no, you don't have to be a dancer. Just go on and be you. And that is true. And I've gotten most of my high likes because it's not really the best dancing. It's just the content of, oh, this is pretty funny.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I have become very aware of how little rhythm I have, and I just don't care. I mean, you own it. Yeah, who can actually do that?
Yeah, I did a divorce one where I was signing the papers. I'll share that.
Yeah.
Right arm and left arm.
Divorce parties and all that stuff. So yeah, we're so excited to partner with you and do some more stuff and make people laugh, and we all could use it in this environment. So anyone you want us to meet, or
I'd love for you. Okay, so I have some people watching on my watch party too, and I'm waving to all of them. If you guys want to also, if they write in or they write into the comments. So I had to do a character called the Greek. I dated this guy, and when I say date, I don't really know if he thought I was dating him. I thought we were dating, but
You were official,
yeah,
but not so much.
yeah, we had like 6 dates in 8 months, so maybe not. I don't know. What is it? Client, what is it? Client, attorney, what would you say?
Privilege.
Privilege. Would you say that's a dating person or no?
6 dates in 8 months. Maybe casual.
Casual.
relationship.
And we were never intimate. We kissed, we made out.
All right.
But
Friends
nothing like,
with benefits.
yeah. So, and I call him the Greek. So he's
Okay.
from Greece. Well, I'll bring him out. Want me to go get him?
Go get him.
I'll go grab him. Let me get him. All right, he might take some time because he's a very busy man. Just so you know.
Okay. What does he do?
He's a developer, and oh, he's coming in. I have to leave because I'm not allowed to see him.
Oh,
Don't
is there a restraining order?
No, no, not at all. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, this is very, what is Michelle doing in here? Hello. I need to let this breathe. Hello, how are you doing?
That is very impressive. Is that from the quarantine or that's?
Hey, Greek. I don't mean quarantine. I lost 3 pandemics. I work so much. I am from Greece, but I was born in Estoria. But I am from Greece. I was also raised in New Jersey, so I'm from Greek.
And how did you meet Michelle?
She come into my store. I own Bagel and Deli, not diner. I'm Greek, but I don't own diner. Don't confuse me with Greeks who own diner.
No.
She come and want my bagel.
And what was it about her that you just wanted to go on a date?
I do know she's pretty girl. I mean, I don't like this communicating too much. The texting and she doesn't understand I'm a very busy man. I am from Greece. I'm Greek god.
So she texted you too much, right?
I don't respond to those, but yes. I don't like a lot of talking. No. I am being compared to John Stamos. I am such a Greek man. But I am very busy. I develop buildings. I own things.
Bagel places.
Right. Thank you. You're very smart. Thank you. I have an attorney already, but I come to you for prenup. I don't get married. Maybe not. Women are too much.
You're busy.
I'm very busy. This is why I grow hair. I don't like talking with Michelle sometimes. I mean, I like talking, but she talks a lot. Why don't you talk to me more? Because I'm busy. I talk to you when I can. And you should be thankful that I talk to you.
So how many dates did you go on?
No, numbers are too much to think of. I'll give you an estimate in Greek numbers. There we go.
Oh.
I don't know. I see a lot of women. I don't recollect, but I know she pop in to my bagel store. No pun intended. No pun intended. Feta cheese.
Feta cheese. Got it. It's a Greek staple.
It is my nickname. Feta. Oh, I love the fresh air, although my hair is in my nose.
Oh, yeah. Looks very uncomfortable and very hot.
It is hot. I give you free coupon, not free, but I give you coupon to come to my store.
Okay.
I don't like it when Michelle comes in because she thinks I'm ignoring her. I am trying to avoid her because she don't stop talking.
And she still comes to the store, or she doesn't come there anymore?
Not in quarantine. I haven't seen her,
Okay.
but I also, I don't like to pop my head out because I am boss.
Very busy. Well, I can't wait to meet some of these other amazing men that you've dated. If
I don't date men. I'll go get
Oh.
Michelle. Oh, bye, Greek. I'm coming back. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Where did he put? Oh, here it is. Oh, okay. So sorry. Oh gosh. Okay.
he is
He is a mess. I know.
quite the communicator, that one.
He is really something, and he is very hairy, but that's okay. I like hairy men.
Well, good. We all have a type. So I'm so excited for June 4th. So everyone stay tuned, and we're gonna give more information, and it will be fun for our clients. And I know you're gonna make it amazing for everyone. Any last words before I let you go?
Thank you, Jamie, and to the Jacob Berger Law Firm for having me. And also, I will share some of the promos on your page if it's okay.
Awesome. And check out Michelle's YouTube channel, Divorce Diaries, the trailer, and all the amazing stuff she's working on.
Yes, thank you.
And stay sane. And drink wine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, stay sane and stay sane with some wine, some wine.com, wine text, whatever you guys are using, Drizzly.
We have a great place that does curbside, not too
Oh,
far.
do
So
they? I like the curbside because then they don't charge you the delivery. I want to start a post-quarantine. I'm doing Divorce Diaries is going to be doing like a drop-off drinking. We're going to have a natural disaster proof for
there
divorce.
you go. All right. It was so wonderful to talk with you, and we will see you soon. Okay.
Yes. Bye. Thank you, Jamie.
Bye.
Bye.